let's get started. So, just want to share this once again. It took me a very long time to find my voice. Now that I have it, I'm not going to be silent. No one's going to take that away from me. Although, you all know what I'm going to talk about right now. Although it was taken from me when I was growing up, I was born with a very loud voice. And if you met my mom, my family, we're just loud. We're loud, we're very direct, we're out there. But growing up, it wasn't always easy. I remember being in class, I don't know, at a young age, like 6, 7 years old. And I remember raising my hand, asking a ton of questions, and the teacher pulled me to a side after school and was like, hey, Carla, let's not be so loud. Let's use our voice, our quieter voice. And I remember as a kid, I was a little confused on like my voice, my quieter voice. I don't know what the heck that means, but I will try to use a quiet voice. But growing up, that's what it was like my whole life. You're just a little loud. You're too out there. I took that as a negative. So it's like, now that I found my voice, my true voice, no one's going to silence me again. And to have a responsibility to tell my children the exact same thing. So I remember my little one, I think it was kindergarten, first grade. I had a teacher meeting. And one of the things that she said to me was that she was a little loud when she would raise her hand and ask questions. And it took me back to when I was growing up. So I didn't, think anything of it. I just kind of looked at the teacher. I'm like, okay, so exactly where do you want me to go with this? Tell my child to be quiet. So I kind of left it alone because it's not their fault. It's not nothing that they can say, or I'm not going to go back to my kiddo and say, hey, your teacher said X, Y, and Z. But I did have responsibility that time and told my child, like, hey, if your teacher is telling you to use your inner voice or just be quiet or not be so loud, just say okay and continue being you. Don't let that take you away from anything on what's most important, learning and asking 1,000 questions if you need to. It's part of growth. But I remember at that time we were going to a restaurant as we were having this conversation, by the way. And I remember this and I wanted to share this because I think it's very important. I thought there's going to be many people coming her way that are going to try to shut her down. There's going to be many people coming my way that are going to continue shutting me down. So I thought it was very valuable. I'm going to tell her something. She's very little. We're going to a restaurant. I looked in the back seat. And I remember telling her, we're going to go to a restaurant and you're going to order on your own. In her little cute voice, she was like, I'm embarrassed. I don't know how. And I said, you're going to order your food on your own. And I remember AZ and I had a whole conversation. We parked the car. We were like, this is you. And you have to order loud and clear. We were joking. Of course, we were going to feed her. But we said, if you don't, well, you're not going to eat. You're going to wait till we get back home. And she had a little tear in her eye. She's like, but I'm hungry. And all of a sudden, she was hungry. She was starving. But we were trying to kind of get a point across. She's little. Many will disagree. But AZ and I, we raised her well. I'm proud. I'm a good mom. No one's going to take that away from me. So we go into the restaurant, and she's just quietly sitting there, and she's kind of shy, and here comes a waiter and asking her, like, asking us what we like, and we both said we want water. And as he's taking the order and the appetizers, he looks over at my little one, and we said, well, you can ask her what she likes. She didn't know how to say it. She was kind of quiet. And I remember, said mac and cheese or something, and the waiter didn't hear her. And then she looks over at us like we were going to answer for her. And I remember just looking at her and AZ looking at her and saying, so you're not going to eat? And the waiter kind of just stood there like, well, what's going on here? Everything was very politely done, but we're very firm. So she spoke a little louder. She said she wanted mac and cheese. He took the order and he walked away. So we looked at her and we said, how'd that feel? She said, I was nervous. I was scared. Okay, great. The next time he comes back, I need you to look at him in his eyes. I need you to get what you need, maybe a spoon, a fork, whatever it is that you need to ask him. But I need you to look firmly into his eyes. I need you to speak firmly and look straight into his eyes. And she's just little. She's, in kindergarten, first grade? I don't even think that. Anyway, it doesn't really matter. She was little. I just remember her sitting there and not knowing how to take that. So the waiter comes back and she looks straight into his eyes and she says, I would like to order a tea. And he looks at her and he goes, I'm sorry. She's a cute little voice. And she looks at him straight into the eyes. She said, I'd like to order a tea. So the tea comes back, right? But it just goes to say how we are raising our kids on using their voice with the confidence. It takes baby steps. It has to start somewhere. I remember she started shaking hands at 3-4 years old. We started showing her how to shake hands. Because I remember the little handshake that she gave the first person. It was with 4 little fingers, very flimsy. And we caught her. And we said, the next time you shake hands, I need you to grab the hand, I don't care how big it is, and you firmly shake that hand with a tight grip. And you look into the eyes. Say, nice to meet you, and introduce yourself. And every time we would catch her right at that moment. We wouldn't wait till we get home. We wouldn't wait till we get in the car. At that moment, we would call it out and say, shake the hand correctly, please. And the other person would kind of look at us kind of being uncomfortable, like, it's okay. It's not okay to us. She's our child. So were we tough with her? Yes. But I had to show her that it was okay to use her voice. It was okay to shake a hand firmly. It was okay to look at someone in the eyes and order and ask for what she wants with a loud and clear, firm voice. No giggling. Shoulders back. Confident. So today, if you speak to her, and she's my oldest, she'll talk to you exactly like that. She shakes your hand very firm, and she can identify a weak handshake. And when she's not looked into the eyes, because a lot of adults saying, oh, they're just kids. Well, my child notices that. My child get in the car and say the person didn't shake my hand firmly, or the person didn't look at me in the eyes, or was having a conversation and yet looking somewhere else. She's not being told that she's loud because she will raise up a little bit. She'll rise up with her voice and say, it's okay. I just thought you couldn't hear me. She knows how to defend herself. That's how we raised her. And we're proud of that. So, today, as women, as little girls, we are told not to speak so loud. We are told not to voice our opinions. It's okay until men find us threatening. They find us like a threat. Some of these videos, live videos that I make, I'm getting all the cheers and the applause and yes, yes, good. But it's crazy on some of the feedback that I get, negative feedback. It's not with women, it's men. Men are the most negative individuals that comment on videos with women. And I've been told by women, when I make these live videos, the only ones that are coming back and giving me some negative feedback, or I don't even ask for it, or just talking, just trash, that make no sense, are men. There's a reason for that, women. There's a reason for that. You're rising up. They find you like a threat. You're taking their position. You're rising up. So keep using that voice. Keep posting on social media. It's okay. Let them comment. So anyway, with all that said, I'm here and I'm here to stay. And I'm not going anywhere. And I'll continue speaking my voice. I'll continue using it. So continue on. Anyway, that's all. Short, sweet, tough, and firm. Thought I would share that story with you guys. And I'm out. You guys all have a great evening. I'll talk to you soon.